Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, class.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Sir.
Good morning.
Morning, Sir.
Okay, today we are continuing our lesson. And why is it so dark here? Yeah. Okay. Let me share my slide. Okay, before that, let's recite Al-Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. All right, so today we are studying about relative pronoun. Okay, relative pronoun. What is in your mind when we are talking about relative pronoun? Do you know relative pronoun? What relative pronoun? Do you know?
No, Sir.
You don't know relative pronoun, but I believe you know, but maybe you forgot. Okay, relative pronoun. So this is the topic today, and the objective of our learning today is to identify the social function, structure of the text of relative pronoun or the sentence of relative pronouns, yeah, and then to differentiate the use of relative pronouns and to apply relative pronoun in adjective clauses. So okay, these are the adjective learning, the objective of our learning today, right? So these are the relative pronoun. Yeah, I believe you know that, right? Who, whom, whose, which, and that. Those are called relative pronoun. Yeah, those are called relative pronoun. Who, whom, whose, which, and that. That's called relative pronoun. What is in bahasa Indonesia relative pronoun? Ada yang tahu? Anybody knows what is in bahasa Indonesia? Relative pronoun itu apa sih? Bahasa Indonesianya atau term istilah bahasa Indonesianya apa? Ada yang tahu? Kata ganti, pronoun is kata ganti, relative is penghubung. Jadi ini adalah kata ganti penghubung. You got it?
Yes, Sir.
Okay, so this is relative pronoun. So what are those relative pronouns? Apa aja itu yang termasuk kata penghubung? So the common, there are many, of course, like so, but these are the common one. Ini yang paling umum. Yeah, there are many like where, when, why. Yeah, so this is the common one. We talk about the common one. Who, yang, artinya kalau if you translate into bahasa Indonesia, when you are using relative pronoun, it's translated to be yang. Ya, yang apa? Ini yang saya ketemu, ini yang punya, ini yang, okay? All are for yang. So, but of course they are different each other. Yeah, one each other are is having differentiation. Ada perbedaan ya, ada difference ya, they are different each other. Who it used to refer to people. It is used for people, who, people. And then whom, it is used to refer to people, but replace an object. Who replace a subject and whom replace an object. And the next is whose. It used to refer to possession. This is for possession. What is it, possession? Apa itu possession? Daeng, Timothy. Daeng, where are you, Daeng? Daeng, are you still there? No, Daeng is not there. Shakila.
Kepunyaan, Sir.
Kepunyaan, that's right. Yeah. And then which, it is used to refer to animals and object or thing. Young, this is young, but not for people. Not for people, but for whom? For things, for objects, animals. Yeah, non-human, yeah, non-person. And that it is used to refer to people and animal. It replaces whom, who, and which. And then that here is used to replace all actually ya. Ini bisa digunakan untuk mengganti who, whom, whose, and which. Ya. And it is used to refer to people and animals. It can replace animal and people. But not all sentence can be replaced by that. Yeah, there is a specific rule when you cannot replace that, replace who or which by that. Okay, understand? Let me repeat once again. Shakila, who is for what?
People, sir.
For people. Replace, dia mengganti apa? People, for people dia menggantikan apa? Ini kan kata benda, kata ganti penghubung. Dia menggantikan apa di sini?
Kata yang, sir.
Subject.
Or subject.
Subject. Aulia Rahman.
Yes, sir.
Whom. When. How do you use whom? Digunakan untuk apa?
People, sir.
And replace what? It replace what?
To people is object, sir.
Nah ya, dia menggantikan objek. Digunakan untuk people, orang, and replace an object. Whose? Daeng. Daeng. Mana Daeng nih? Where are you Daeng? Daeng is missing. Hilang dari peredaran. Atau jangan-jangan cuma laptopnya yang hidup, orangnya kabur kamar mandi. Whose, back to Shakila again then. Whose, Shakila digunakan untuk apa?
Untuk kepunyaan, sir.
Untuk kepunyaan ya. And which, Aulia Rahman? Aulia Rahman? Mana nih Aulia Rahman?
Untuk objek atau hewan, sir.
Ya, dia digunakan to refer, dia itu dirujukkan kepada siapa? Kepada animal atau objects. Or thing ya. Dia bisa, it can be subject, it can be object. Ya, it can be subject, it can be object. It can replace subject and also replace an object. And that Shakila again, back to Shakila then because Daeng is not here. So that Shakila.
Oh, untuk orang dan hewan, sir.
It replace, dia mengganti apa itu di situ?
Who and which, sir.
Ya, who and which. Sebenarnya dia bisa menggantikan semuanya ya.
Yes.
Tapi ada beberapa tempat dia tidak bisa dipakai ya untuk menggantikan who and which, dia nggak bisa. Ya, ada beberapa tempat tertentu. There are a certain rule ya, specific rule. We'll be talking about that later. Okay, now we continue to the next. Okay, here is an example ya. Relative pronoun, yeah, that, which, who, whom, and whose. The definition of relative pronoun is a pronoun that has an adjective clause. Ya, dia itu menjadi kepala daripada adjective clause. Ya, yang mengarahkan adjective clause ya, dia mengarahkan adjective clause. A pronoun that has an adjective clause, dia yang mengarahkan adjective clause. Kata ganti yang mengarahkan adjective clause. Okay, an example. So this is an example. The dog that ate the cake is looking guilty. The dog that ate the cake is looking guilty. Jadi anjing yang makan kue itu kelihatannya merasa bersalah. Okay, let's have a look here. So we got the dog. Apa ini relative pronoun di sini? What is the relative pronoun in this topic? In this sentence?
That, sir.
That. Yeah. The relative pronoun is that. Yeah. Ate the cake is ate the cake. That ate the cake. Nah. Ate the cake. That ate the cake is called adjective clause. Ya, di sini that adjective clause, that ate the cake, it's called adjective clause. Jadi adjective clause itu apa? Kalimat kata sifat yang terdiri dari kalimat, bukan single word, not a single word, but clause. Clause itu adalah kalimat. Jadi bentuk kata sifatnya itu berbentuk kalimat. Nih, that ate the cake. Nah, itu kan kalimat ya. The dog that ate the cake, ya anjing yang makan kue itu, yang makan kue itu. Nah, yang makan kue itu it's adjective. Tapi adjective dalam bentuk klausa atau kalimat. Nah, we are talking about relative pronoun. Jadi fungsi relative pronoun itu dia heads an adjective clause. Dia membuat kalimat ini menjadi adjective clause. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is relative pronoun. Yeah. So the word that it can replace by what? Ini word that ini bisa diganti dengan apa?
Who and which?
Which one? That, which, who, whom, or whose?
Who, sir?
Who? Is it who? The dog itu manusia, a person, human or
Which,
not?
sir?
Hah? Nah, sini lihat. So dog is the dogs belong to what? Which, whose, whom, or who, or that? Apa dia?
Which, sir? Which?
Which, ya, dia kan animal. Jadi anjing yang makan kue itu merasa bersalah. Ya, the dog, ya, that ini refer to dog, ya. Ya, dog that ate the cake itu menjadi sifat daripada anjing. Anjing, describing about the dog. Anjing yang mana sih? Anjing yang makan. Anjing yang mana sih yang merasa bersalah? So actually there are two sentences here. The dog is looking guilty and the dog ate the cake. Ada dua kalimat kan? Kita gabung jadi satu dia. So we are joining those two sentences become one. The dog, ada dua sini. The dog ate the cake. The dog is looking guilty. When you are joining these two sentences together, it becomes the dog that ate the cake is looking guilty. Guilty, the meaning is bersalah. The dog which ate the cake is looking guilty. So you can also say this one is which. Yeah, the dog which ate the cake is looking guilty. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is called relative pronoun that, and ate the cake, that ate the cake is adjective clause and the dog is the noun. Yeah. Nah, so this sentence is made of two sentences. Jadi kalimat ini sebenarnya dibuat dari dua kalimat. Ya, dari dua kalimat, ya betul. The dog ate the cake and the dog is looking guilty. So they join it together and they become the dog that ate the cake is looking guilty. All right, so next. Here I'm going to give you more example. Here are some more example right here. That the dog that stole the pie is back. Yeah, what is the relative pronoun here?
That, sir.
That, sir.
That bisa diganti dengan
Which.
Which, sir?
which. Yeah, the dog which stole the pie is back. Bisakah kalian pisahkan ini? So it's made of two sentences. Jadi kan kalimat ini dibuat dari dua kalimat sebenarnya. Bisa nggak kalian pisahkan dua kalimat itu? You understand? Ini kan gabungan dari dua kalimat. Coba kalian pisah dari gabungan dua kalimat itu, pisahkan, dikeluarkan deh coba. Bisa?
Dog stole the pie. The dog is back, sir.
That's right, yeah. The dog stole the pie, and the dog is back. So then you join it together. The dog that stole the pie is back. Or you can say the dog which stole the pie is back. Yeah. So this is the relative pronoun which is written in bold. That is relative pronoun, and the adjective clause is the highlighted. So this one is called that is called relative pronoun, and this one that stole the pie is called adjective clause. Ya, kalau kalian bertanya, so which one is the adjective clause? Adjective is kata sifat, ya. Jadi adjective clause itu kata sifat yang dibentuk dari terbentuk dari kalimat, bukan dari single word, ya. Dibentuk dari kalimat dia, clausa, bukan dari single word, ya. So that is relative pronoun, and the stole the pie is adjective clause. Jadi if you translate into bahasa Indonesia, anjing yang mencuri kue pie itu sudah kembali. Right. So now the second, which. Yeah, which. My new dog, which I bought last year, loves green beans. Can you find the relative pronoun here?
Which.
Which. Okay. Can you find the adjective clause here?
Which I bought last year.
I bought last year. Yeah, which I bought last year. Can you separate the sentences? Bisa nggak dipisah kalimatnya? Di apa namanya? Dibuka kalimatnya.
My new dog I bought last year. My
Huh?
new dog loves green beans.
All right. My new dog loves green beans. My new dog I bought last year. Oke. Okay. Which ini sebagai subjek atau sebagai objek? Dia menggantikan subjek atau menggantikan objek? Replacing subject or replacing object?
Si new dog bisa anjingnya.
Gimana? Di sini kan ada tadi. Dia menggantikan subjek, dia menggantikan objek. Kalau which di sini dia menggantikan subjek atau objek?
Objek, sir.
Objek. Dari mana kita taunya? How do you know that is replacing an object?
Karena anjing.
Ya, anjingnya itu di sini sebagai objek. Saya membeli. Apa yang saya beli? Anjing, ya kan? Yes? We got the subject here, we got the verb here. Ya, saya membeli. Membeli apa? Membeli anjing. So, anjing ini, which ini replacing what? Dia menggantikan apa? Menggantikan anjing. Berarti which is replacing an object. Ya, di sini which-nya sebagai replacing an object. Nah, it doesn't matter when you use which. Kalau pakai which nggak masalah, karena which mau jadi sebagai subjek, mau jadi sebagai objek sama which. But in English or in who ketika dia sebagai subjek, ya who sebagai objek is whom. Okay, but now both become subject or become object. People can use that as who, but it's not appropriate actually. But that very common now. Right. So now who? Can you find the relative pronoun here?
Who, sir?
Who is the relative pronoun? What is the adjective clause here?
Who bought his car?
Who bought his car? Can you separate the two sentences? Saya nggak kalian pisahkan itu. The person bought his car. The person found a 3-carat diamond under the seat. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the person bought the car. The person found a 3-carat diamond under the seat. Ya, so who here? Kenapa who sini sebagai subjek?
Karena dia menggantikan orang, sir.
Menggantikan orang. Oke, why do we use who here? Because it's replacing a person. Dan kita tidak menemukan di sini setelah kata kerja ini tidak ada subjek di sini ya. Maka subjeknya adalah person. Ya. Yeah, the person who bought his car found a 3-carat diamond under the seat. Yeah, so it's replacing a person. That's why we use who. Next, whom. Our lawyer, whom we employed for over a year, was related to complainant. To the complainant. Yeah, okay. So what is the relative pronoun here?
Whom
Whom. What is the adjective clause here?
we employed for over a year.
Okay. So why do we use whom here? Kenapa whom di sini?
Karena kepunyaan, sir.
Kepunyaan?
Pengacara milik mereka gitu, sir.
Is it for whom? Is for kepunyaan?
Karena objek, sir.
Objek. Kenapa kalian tahu? How do you know that isn't replacing an object? Karena di sini sudah kata kerja ya, di adjective clause-nya sudah ada subjek dan sudah ada we got subject here and then also we got verb here employed. Subject and verb, subject and predicate. Kita sudah ada subject and predicate. Berarti kalimatnya sudah punya subject and predicate. If the sentence has a subject and predicate, it means sentence needs an object. Berarti kan kalimatnya butuh objek. Kalau sudah ada subjek dan predikatnya, berarti kalimat ini membutuhkan objek. So it means whom is the object. Whom replace to who? Terus to lawyer. Jadi we employed lawyer for over a year gitu jadinya. Understand? Or our lawyer, pengacara kita yang kita pekerjakan selama bertahun-tahun itu was related to the complainant. Nah, gitu jadinya, oke? Next is whose. Can you find the relative pronoun here?
Whose
Whose, that's right. And then the adjective clause?
whose cat scratched our
Scratch
sofa.
our sofa. Oke. Jadi kepunyaan ya. The young girl whose cat scratched our sofa has offered to replace the cushions. Ya. Jadi kalau kita ganti ini, if we replace whose, it become his cat, her cat ya. The young girl, her cat scratch our sofa. Ini bisa diganti dengan her. Ya, the young girl, her cat. Yeah, so her cat, but when we change into adjective clause, because we need whose here. The young girl whose cat, yeah. Her cat, whose cat. Ya. Jadi whose itu nya, yang, kucingnya, yang, saya tambahkan yang dan nya di situ. Yang kucingnya, yang rumahnya. Ya, yang rumahnya. The young girl whose cat scratched our sofa has offered to replace the cushions. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And then who's next? Aulia Rahmani, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Shakila?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So, well, actually we still have to talk about something, but unfortunately the time is not enough. Yeah, we are up now. Now, I'm going to give you a sentence, example, yeah. So look at this one. I don't think you understand this one. Okay, I don't know if we still have time or not. I don't think we have time, yeah. So we will be talking about this later on. But I can give you the question before we before we end the class. I'd like to give you a question. Okay, this one. I cannot type here yet. I just make it orally ya, lisan saja ya, because cannot write here. Lisan, okay. The boy blank blah 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 I met in the park is my neighbor. Understand? You got it? Let me how to do. Okay, so I can type here then. Let me type here. The boy. Can you see that? Can you read?
Can, sir.
Sir.
Okay. Yeah. What should I put here? What should be fill in the blank? The boy blah 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 I met in the park is my classmate.
Whom, sir?
Whom,
What?
sir?
Whom?
Whom?
Whom or who?
Whom, sir?
Whom, correct. That is correct, yeah. Because why is it whom? We got I as a subject here and then met as a verb. So this sentence has a subject and a verb, and then but the sentence has no object. So the object is the boy, and the boy can be replaced by whom. One more question. Okay.
Who, sir?
Right. So what is that?
Who?
Who or whom or which? Shakila, are you there? What is
Yes,
your
sir.
answer, Shakila?
Who, sir?
Who? Raden? Raden? Raden, are you there? Aulia Rahman? Aulia
Yes,
Rahman?
sir. Yes, sir.
What is your answer?
Who, sir?
Who? Okay, it's correct. Okay, one more question. Right. Oh, very good. You understand well then. One more question, okay?
Who, sir?
Okay, what is this?
Whose?
Whose? Yeah, you got it? So who's talking? Is it Daeng?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why is it whose? Ya, behavior is noun ya. Sebenarnya mudah aja mengetahuinya. When is this noun like this? So even the sentence need whose. Receive kalau dia setelah blank itu ada kata kerja, receives. So even the sentence has no subject, so it needs sentence needs subject. So who? When the sentence after the blank is subject and then predicate, yeah, it means the sentence has a subject and predicate. It means what is missing there? The what is that? The object is missing. So then we need an object. So the object can be replaced by whom. Okay, very good. Yeah. So we have to talk about that more in the next meeting. We'll be talking about the sentence can be replaced by that or not. Yeah. Then it will be next week. I think, do you have question before we close the class, the lesson? So do you have a question? Feel free to ask if you have a question. Ryan, you have question?
No, sir.
Okay, Shakila?
No, sir.
All right, Aulia Rahman? Do you have question, Aulia? No?
No, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, everybody understand? That's very good. That's wonderful. Thank you very much for joining our class today. And have a nice day. Thank you. We close by reciting Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
All right. You can
Thank you, sir.
Okay.